And good morning, YouTube. Oh, it's the old soldier coming at you from Robeson County, North Carolina on a rather cool, and if you can see by the skyline out there, what looks to be maybe a possibly stormy day here in April. Just some crazy weather because the temperature's kind of cool this morning. If you haven't noticed, I got my heavy shirt on over a thermal shirt. Anyway, I hadn't done a video. Did one Monday, a short one. Haven't really been motivated. I guess that's the good way of putting it, folks. Haven't been motivated. I ought to be now. I got 2 taters sprouting. Hey, what do you know about that? Yeah, a couple little taters already sprouting to the surface up here. Awesome. That means they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But anyway, folks, my wife went to Food Line the other day. Come home and said they got a sign on the door. It says no more than 140 customers in the store at a time. Might have been less than that, might have been more. But the fact that Food Line has put a cap on it, you know, my whole thing is the weeks around here, the weeks up to this, you know, people are coming and going as they please. Now we're this far into it. Now you want to start putting limits. And again, I'm not unsympathetic to what this virus is doing to people. I think we need to follow precautions. Need to wash our hands. Need to stay at home if you have to. But at the same token, and I'm referring to the protest that took place this week in Raleigh, where small business owners were protesting this governor's decision to keep their businesses closed. And I kind of feel for them because they've got a right to protest. And I'm going to tell you why. Businesses the governor has decided are, non-essential, basically he's saying have to close. Now, there's a lot of gray area there too that can be measured, if you will. But the simple fact is this: if the governor deems that your business is non-essential, you're supposed to be closed, I guess the state's going to start enforcing that. I know this protest, certain small business owners were arrested. Well, but unless you're a follower of the Reverend Buffet Slayer, whatever his name is there, who led the Moral Monday protest, I guess you can kiss your First Amendment rights and your right to assemble goodbye. Anyway, enough of that rant. But I find it that the ABC stores here in North Carolina are still considered essential business. Now, I don't drink anymore, folks. My younger days, yes, I partook of alcohol, and rather liberally at times. No more. But my point being is that the reason the ABC stores are allowed to be open, I guarantee it, because it is a state-run business. If y'all don't know that, here in North Carolina, the liquor stores are controlled by the state. There are no private liquor stores. So if you decide you want to buy liquor, you have to go buy it from a state-sponsored, state-controlled alcohol beverage control store, what they call the ABC stores here in North Carolina. Okay? So, no, I'm not surprised that they're letting those stay open because that generates revenue for the state. But at the same token, you're telling somebody else that has let's say a curio shop, you can't be open, you're non-essential. Is liquor really essential? I'm just saying, folks. I mean, outside of medicinal purposes, is liquor and alcohol essential? You know, see, because here in North Carolina you can buy wine and beer at your Walmarts and your grocery stores, but if you want hard liquor, you have to go to a state-controlled ABC store. So, but anyway, like I said, getting back on, you know, I'm not unsympathetic to those that have contracted this virus or to the families that have been affected by it, by the death of loved ones. My son works in healthcare. I worry about him every day when he goes to work with the patients he may come in contact with. But at the same token, he could contract the flu that's going around that's killing people this year. Okay? There's other myriad of things that he can contract at that hospital that could kill him. There's something more about this virus that we're not being told, I believe. You can call me a conspiracy nut if you want, and that's fine. I've been called worse. But there are things that I don't think that we're being told, and I don't know if that's intentional or whatever the case may be. I think there's things in place going on that don't make sense right now. There are reports, I say reports, there are people making videos like I do and others on YouTube of people going to these places where you're supposed to get these free tests, or these emergency rooms that are, you know, at the center of the crisis, and they're going by in their videos, these places, and there's nobody there. Okay, there's nobody there. There's no drive-up testing centers set up. There's no large crowds in these ERs and these hospitals where supposedly these myriad numbers of cases have been coming in. But then you turn around and hear on the news, I think there was one this morning in Virginia of a nursing home that was afflicted. And I think it was Virginia, they said, that 40 patients had passed away from the virus. So I don't know, you know, what are we being fed and what's the truth? My point being to you folks is this: do your own research, be safe, wash your hands, stay home. If you gotta go, take precautions. What my son told me, and my son's a nurse's aide, so take this with a measure of salt, but people using hand sanitizer, he says, Dad, the hand sanitizer kills bacteria and germs, not necessarily the virus. He said, soap and water is the best thing for the virus. And there's other doctors that have concurred that. Get you some showers in a bag, if you can find them. Or make your own hand wipes with soap and water in a Ziploc bag. Okay? And you can add a little isopropyl rubbing alcohol in the solution. But what I'm getting at is the soapy water hand wipes are more prone to killing the virus than anything else. Okay? So that's just one way you can go about doing that, folks. The reason I'm standing still, the wind is blowing and it's cold, and I'm up against the house blocking the, you know, getting some wind block going on right now, folks. But those are some things you can do to help combat the spread of things. If you got to go somewhere, you got to pump gas. You get out, wipe off the pump handle and the face of the pump where you're going to insert your machine, you know, your card if you're paying that way. Wipe it off first with a soapy wipe. pump your gas, wipe it again, wipe your hands off again. If you've got to go in somewhere and make an exchange, as soon as you come out, wipe your hands off, wash your hands. That's the best advice I can give you on that. The other part, though, too, is that, like I said, the flu virus this year has been deadly. If you go on the CDC's website, there are more people dying from the flu than this COVID-19. So, with that in mind, just, folks, be cautious. Keep your ear to the ground. If something don't seem right, check it out. And put your comments down below what you think's going on. But my personal thing, something ain't right, and something's afoot, and I just can't put my finger quite on it. No, and I'm not trying to sow panic like the media is, but something ain't right when we're being told to stay home, that, you know, our governors are enacting laws that, or executive orders that, you know, are basically depriving us of our rights. Now, you know, common sense says to stay home with this thing, and I get that, but at the same token, anyway, that's my rants and raves for today, folks. Y'all take care of yourselves, and we will holler at you soon. This is the Old Soldier out.